Hi. Today looking at the PAP paper from 2008, going to do question 24. Okay, so in question 24, we're told that a pilot takes off 5 kilometers west of her house and flies at 60 degrees east from north. And after 5 minutes, she sees her house is at an angle of 135 degrees to her course. And asks, how far is she from her house? Okay, well, the best way to go about doing this would be to sketch the situation. So let's label the airfield. So this is our airfield here. And then, well, she's 5 kilometers west. So if we just label her house here, we know that this distance here is in fact 5 kilometers. So in fact, we'll make that a solid line. So we have a 5 kilometer distance from her house to the airfield. Okay, well, we know that she sets off at 60 degrees to the north from the east. So if we have our compass, we'll just draw that on. We have north, east, south and west. So if she travels 60 degrees east of north, then she's leaving at some angle here, 60 degrees, at some velocity that we don't know. And she comes up here, and then after 5 minutes, she looks down and sees that her house is at an angle of 135 degrees to her path. So if this is her path here, then we see that we have her house at an angle of 135 degrees to her path. And we want to find how far she is from her house. We want to find this distance here, x. We'll call it x. Okay, well, what do we know? Well, we know that this angle here is clearly going to be 30 degrees because we have a right angle here. And that this line is 180 degrees. And if this is 135 degrees, then we see its angle at the top is equal to 45 degrees. So what we can use the sine rule. So the sine rule says that a over sine, in fact, we'll make that small a, little a over sine a equals little b over sine b. And that's with corresponding labels of, if we call a side a, then the opposite side, capital A, is its angle. And if this was b, then this would be b, and if this was c, this would be c, because it extends to 3 sides. Okay, so we obviously want x to be involved. We have the angle opposite x. We have 5 kilometers, we have the angle opposite 5, so we can sub that in. So we know x over sine of its opposite angle, sine of 30, will be equal to 5 over sine of its opposite angle, sine of 45. Well, sine of 30 is a half, so that gives us 2x is equal to 5 over sine 45. Well, sine 45 is 1 over root 2, so that's 5 root 2. And therefore, we see x is 5 over 2 root 2. And we're told in the question to take root 2 to be approximately 1.4. So therefore, we see she is 2.5 times 1.4, which is 3.5 kilometers from her house.